Hey, my bold and the beautiful fans, we got another episode to talk about today. We see Hope trying to convince her mom to be with her dad, Deacon. Sheila plots her escape, and Deacon planned to leave the country after erasing the security footage. Welcome back to CBS Soap Dish Recap, where we recap everything CBS Soaps, both the young and the restless, and the bold and the beautiful. This is your bold and the beautiful recap for December 13th. And without any further ado, let's talk about what went down in LA today. So we start out over at Il Giardino, where we see Finn continuously blaming himself for the Sheila fiasco, and Steffi keeps assuring him that none of this is his fault. Steffi, still almost in disbelief, she repeats that Sheila is alive, and she reminds him he's also one of Sheila's victims. And then the cops arrive, and Baker sends his men around to speak to the staff and ask Steffi what happened. Now, Steffi tells him that she saw Sheila in a disguise, and there was something familiar about her, and that's when her blood went cold, and she was so shocked that she just stood there. Now, Baker is surprised that she didn't follow Sheila, and her husband, of course, reminded her of what happened when she followed Sheila in that alley. Finn points out especially how well it didn't go at that time. They tell Baker that Deacon is looking at the security footage right now, and Baker says that if they get a decent image and some DNA, they can send a note out to the airports. And then we see in some motel room, we see a very frustrated Sheila flashing back to bumping into Steffi in the bathroom. And then Deacon calls her on his burner phone and explains that he's looking at the security footage and it has him worried. And he tells her that the footage shows her bumping into Steffi, and yeah, check it out.
Come on, pick up.
Why are you calling me again? I told you not to worry about me.
Well, you know what? I'd love not to worry, except I'm looking at the security footage and I'm worried as hell.
You just need to stay out of this.
That'd be great, except your super smart son and his wife put me in the job.
Oh, so, but you're working for them? But you're calling me?
Nobody knows they're from. Listen to me, this is important. Sheila, when you ran into Steffi, it was in the hallway, right outside the bathroom. And nobody else was there.
I don't know. I don't think so.
Oh, hold on. I think I found it. Yeah, caught on camera.
Can you see my face?
Well, you're wearing that stupid disguise, but yeah.
You need to get rid of it. Steffi, no one can see that footage, Deacon. Just delete it. Now.
So Sheila wants Deacon to commit one more crime before she disappears into the sunset, which is pretty much obstruction of justice because he's tampering with the evidence to keep her from being caught. So with this footage of her bumping into Steffi, what does Deacon decide to do?
No one else can see that footage.
How the hell am I going to explain erasing?
You're gonna do it. Do it now, Deacon.
Okay, it's done, all right? It's done.
No. I owe you so much. You gave me a place to stay, and you never treated me like I was a monster. I am moving on. I'm never gonna bother you again.
Sheila, listen to me. You can't run, all right? I mean, Finn and Steffi already called the cops. They're certain it's you. They know you're in LA.
Thanks to you, they're not gonna know who they're looking
The answer, if you do, you're gonna wind up in prison. They're just gonna add more years to your sentence. Just listen to me. You gotta turn yourself in. You gotta throw yourself in the mercy of the court. And maybe you'll see daylight before you're too old to enjoy it. Sheila, please, you know that this is the only way.
No, I've told you. There's always a way out.
So, of course, Deacon reluctantly deletes it. Sheila tells him she owes him so much for giving her a place to stay and never treating her like a monster. Now, he warns her that the cops know she's in LA, running is not the answer, and she'll end up in prison for much longer if she continues. And then there's a knock at the door. Lieutenant Baker, Steffi, and Finn shows up over at Deacon's. Now, he explains that he didn't see anything in that footage. Sometimes the Wi-Fi goes out and there are gaps. Now, Steffi is furious with him because it makes it look like she's lying.
I saw her. I don't care if she was on the video or not. Sheila Carter was there. Chief Baker, you have to do something. She can't escape this time. My family was nearly destroyed because of her. She tried to kill me. She held my husband hostage. My family, my children were traumatized and heartbroken. She needs to pay for her crimes.
Steffi is like, oh yeah, I know what I saw, and you are not about to gaslight me. I saw Sheila Carter, whether he saw that on the footage or not. But either way, she's pissed. Now, after they leave, Paul comes up and Deacon explains that he's thinking of buying the restaurant and turning it into Deacon's place. How he has to jet off to Italy and try to put some money together to get some backing. And you can tell that it's going to be on you, Deacon, because that looks suspicious if you just happen to leave town. Plus, what about Hope? Your baby girl is singing your praises, which we'll talk about later. So now back in Sheila's motel room, Sheila tells herself that she is never going back to prison.
I won't be hiding out long. I'll be a free woman again. That day is coming. Soon.
Now, while she's trying to force a smile and she's laughing, but at the same time sobbing, she thinks that she's going to be a free woman again. Only time will tell. So let's swing over to Forrester Creations, where we see Brooke congratulating her daughter Hope on her latest sales numbers. Now, she thinks Hope should be proud of how well her line is doing. However, Hope admits it's kind of bittersweet since Thomas played such a big role in it. Now, the topic changes to Sheila and how hard it is to relax that she's out there. Now, Brooke shakes her head. She's kind of worried. However, Hope's keep hoping that Sheila isn't really alive. Now, her mom is disturbed by that thought, and they talk about what will happen if the case is reopened and what a nightmare this must be for Steffi and Finn. Now, Hope asks if she's nervous, alone at home without Ridge, and she noticed her mom spending a lot more time at the office. Now, Brooke claims there's a lot more work to do with him gone. Now, Hope asks, well, what will she do when he gets back? And Brooke says, well, I love him and want to be with him, but he has to make the choice to be completely committed to me and no one else. And Hope is glad to hear her say that because it's what she deserves. Now, she's sorry that her relationship with Ridge has become about him not making up his mind. And she reminds her that there is another man who actually loved her unconditionally, Deacon. Now, Hope trusts her to do what's right for her and Ridge, and it's not the only man out there, though. Now, as they hug, Finn and Steffi arrive. And then they announced that she bumped into Sheila, who ran off in a disguise. Now, Finn says the threat is very much alive. So we got to stay tuned to see if Deacon actually can get out of town to his so-called trip to Italy, and whether Sheila will be successful as she's trying to flee as well. So we got to stay tuned. Okay, so there you have it, your bold and the beautiful recap for Tuesday, December 13th, 2022. If you haven't checked out the Young and the Restless recap for today, it has been uploaded to the channel. And until the next video, like, comment, and subscribe, and we will see you soon. Bye.